everybody, it's Ashley Brooke. So I had a girl go on my YouTube and she asked me if I do substances, and she said no offense, but I just want to ask him because she says that she's also autistic and she, I guess, has trouble with substances because of like the social awkwardness. I wanted to do this video just to let her know I didn't take any offense. A lot of times autistic people, there's a stigma in society, and they will like to assume that we are on drugs or something like that, and it's very hurtful when people assume that because I'm different, that I must be on something. It doesn't feel good. I've went through that with child services before. They kept drug testing me and asking me what am I on, why do I talk so fast, why making comments on like the way my eyes move. And I explained to them I'm just autistic, I'm different, and I'm diagnosed with ADHD. So I've had that has happened to me a lot, so I'm not really offended when she asked me that. But I did want to talk about, I was in the past, I did drink alcohol. I wanted to like talk about this so that she doesn't feel like she's alone. You may not know this, but people on the spectrum are twice as likely to become alcoholics and or addicted to substances, and whether it be street drugs or pharmaceutical medications. And the reason for that is that alcohol will numb an autistic person's sensory stimulation, whatever we're having the sensory overload with, like whether it be sound, touch. The alcohol numbs it to where we don't we don't feel it as strongly. So a lot of autistic people end up self-medicating for that reason, and it usually starts from like the social awkwardness, or just not wanting to pick up on the people around them that are being cruel, or if it's just too stressful, the situation of socializing, they tend to start to like drink. And because we're naturally very like repetitive, sort of like everything's usually like consistent with us, whatever we do, we usually will end up becoming alcoholics easier or addicted to substances, because whatever we do to help, like whatever we do, we end up doing it consistently. We won't just do something like one time. We'll usually do, we're very repetitive by nature. Myself, I have been sober from alcohol for 4 years. I drank, my whole family did like actual drugs and stuff. I always thought, I'm not like them, I'm not. But whenever I would hear about them or go around them or have to go around people, I would be too like overwhelmed by the whole situation of it, and I would drink. Now, I've never been the type of person that woke up like on someone's porch. I've never been a, like out of control alcoholic ever in my life. I've always, like, before I had my kids, I've always carried a job. Never once went to work drunk. I never had that type of alcohol problem. The reason why I consider it, the reason why I quit drinking was because I was so upset with my family for using so many drugs and our family falling apart at this time. When I was younger, I was very upset with them. Today, I've humanized them, but I was very upset with them. And then I realized that I was doing the same behavioral pattern that they were doing. Life had become too stressful, and I turned to something, to help me cope with it. And once I've humanized my family, I realized that that's all that they were doing also, and then it got out of control. Myself, I never, for some reason, because of my autism, I think, I never got like drunk. Like, I never experienced drunkenness, but I did before in the past drink consistently. I would drink every day, and if I had to go like to a party, definitely had to have a drink. If I went to the movies with people, I had to have a drink. Like, I couldn't have friends without drinking. It was And that was because I felt so different that I just didn't want to. I didn't want to deal with the what if, what if, it's awkward, or what if I can't, like, socialize that long, and I didn't want to withdraw and then seem rude or weird. So I would drink to help me coast through the socializing experience. So yeah, when I realized that I was drinking because I didn't accept myself, I wasn't like being proud to be autistic at that time in my life. I was more like, I knew I was different, and I just didn't want to deal with or pick up on people's reactions to me. So I would drink so that in case they talked crap about me, I wouldn't care, or I would not be hurt feelings. I thought I was being stronger. Like, I thought it made me more brave. And to tell them off back and not care. So I thought it gave me courage, and I thought it made me more social. I was more willing to do things, or, I probably would have never had a boyfriend if I didn't drink alcohol in the past, I'm usually very shy, like, I'm a quiet person, and not very, like, flirtatious. I'm not, I'm kind of like, very intellectual, so a relationship probably would have never happened if I wasn't drinking alcohol, because I was more willing to let things go with the flow, and let things, like, do things that were not, normal things that I would usually do or participate in. I was more willing to participate when I was drinking. It was sort of like I was able to be somebody else. It was not reality. Later on, when I realized that the reason I was drinking, to me, I felt like it was worse than being like a person that drank and, like, woke up on someone's porch. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but I just felt, for me, it felt like it was worse. It was shocking to me that I was drinking because I didn't accept myself, and I didn't want to deal with people. I wasn't facing the problem with the world, which was the stigma of society. And today I'm older, and today I have children on the spectrum, and which has allowed me to really stand in those shoes of accepting myself, and seeing the gifts and the beautiful qualities that come with being autistic. And today I'm very proud to be autistic, and drinking just sounds like crazy. Why was I doing that? It was really hard because when you're on the spectrum, I don't think that you have, I don't know if it was just a me thing, but I didn't have hangovers ever. I probably would have stopped drinking when I was younger if I experienced hangovers. For some reason, my way I processed and the way that I drank, I guess I didn't drink. The way I was drinking was just to get the edge off of the anxiety. It wasn't like to get drunk. I always have to be in control. I've always been like that, probably because of my autism. But I never had, like, where it made me, like, I felt like I lost things in my life, from it. But I did quit because I didn't like the root of the reason why I was drinking. And also, it just makes you, like, it makes you fat, so I don't want to be heavy, so it's just best for me not to drink. And I stopped drinking because I really wanted to be, that empowered autistic person. So I've been working on myself for years now. And I'm happy to say that today I am very proud to be autistic, and I love everything about being autistic. I definitely, like, have no shame about being on the spectrum today. And it's because I probably ripped that Band-Aid off. I took away that alcohol, and I stepped in my own shoes, and I lived, in my own skin, and I've adjusted, and I understand that people are all just different now. So I hope that helps to let you know that you're not alone, Mindy. Her name's Mandy. I'm sorry, Mandy. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on TikTok. I'm under Autistic Army. So I